Welcome back, Shabby Chic Chicks. So what we're doing today is we're going to decoupage a napkin box that I'm going to put in the van. So to start off with, I'm going to go through the products that we need, and I hope I have everything handy because it's been a little bit since I've been crafting. So first of all, the wooden napkin box. Sometimes you can pick them up at the dollar store. Once upon a time, I had a large order of them, so I've got a couple left. Then you're going to need a white paint. You can use acrylic or you can use chalk paint. I'm going to use chalk paint because I had already started the project in chalk paint. So we're going to finish this project up. Don't worry, it's going to look like from the beginning for you because, well, I'll just show you right now. I prepped it to do a live or a YouTube video. And I got the white already on there, except for on one side to speed up the process for people. So we're going to continue with that using the chalk paint. You're going to need a decoupage medium. Now, I love Mod Podge. Y'all know that. Mod Podge, Mod Podge, Mod Podge. But my all-time favorite decoupage medium is actually this stuff. And it is called a Pentart Decoupage Varnish and Glue. I'm going to pop a little picture in there for you. And I get it from Pentart. There'll be a link in the description on where you can get your hands on this stuff. And I'll explain why as I'm doing it. You will need probably a pair of scissors, which I didn't grab, but that's okay. I can work around that. You're going to need a sandpaper, sanding block, nail file, something along that line. A top coat. I'm going to go with the Ultra Matte Finish from Duraclear. I've got water just in case I need it. Cleaning up brushes, thinning out chalk paint because my chalk paint's old. I got a paper plate in case I want to put one of the mediums onto a plate. Of course, you're going to need a paintbrush or two. I've only got one handy, so hopefully we can do this all with one brush. I've got the napkins that I'm going to be decoupaging with. These were from my lovely follower. She sent them to me a couple of years ago, actually. And I just never got to the project. These are from Wendy, so thank you, Wendy. This is the base out of my napkin box, sorry. And then I've just got some water for rinsing brushes. I think that covers it. Oh, gold paint. Because these napkins, I want like a gold trim to it, and I don't want to just use the gold trim that's on them. I'd like to make it pop a little more, so you're going to want to grab your favorite gold paint or a gold chrome marker. And I think I'm going to go gold chrome marker just so it's a little more metallic. So, alrighty, here we go. I'm going to toss this one aside because we've already got this one started. And we've only got one side to paint, so it's going to speed up the process for you. And I'll probably fast forward at some point too. But start off with, I'm going to wet down my brush just a tiny bit. Just helps the chalk paint go on a little smoother. I'm going to pull down my glasses. Sorry, I'm getting blinder and blinder as years go on. And we're just going to simply put down a nice smooth coat. Now, if it happens to be a lumpy coat because maybe your chalk paint is getting a little old or the brand you have is a little thick. Right now I can see a couple little bumps. Don't worry about it. Chalk paint is really easy if you need to give it a light sanding. Hopefully we won't, but if you need to, it knocks down pretty quick. So it's been probably at least a year since I have chalk painted anything. Oh, I just saw a hair. Oh, it's a wood fiber. It's probably been a year since I have chalk painted anything, so my chalk paint is a little thicker than usual. Normally, I would say, I love the Country Chic. It's so smooth and goes on perfectly, but it's a little thick. All right, I guess I didn't need to speed it up because that went on really quickly. A little. Add onto a plate. I hope this hasn't thickened up too much either. It's kind of looking a little like it might have. Hopefully it hasn't. Got a few Maggie hairs. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh no, it's still good. Anyways, it's going on fine. Don't sweat the small stuff. All right. Okay, now this napkin, I have apparently already used part of it for something else. I believe that was on my loo in the bathroom. So I'm going to use that piece, but I want to show you first. Here is a new napkin. And with a new napkin, it's going to have a white backer to it. This is your absorbent layers of your napkins. Now, I'm just going to apparently throw my glasses on the floor. I like to just take my thumb and my finger and just lightly rub them like this. Hopefully I can zoom in enough and show you. Just kind of that motion, and it will peel the backers away. That's the first layer. And then I keep going. I can usually get that second layer to come too. Just a second. It's nicer when I can see. Yeah, it's coming away already. And there's usually 2 layers. We pull these back, and then you're going to be ending up with a thin piece like this one. You just want that decorative layer. Now, I don't want to waste much, so I like to lie it out. Just like so. This iron's a little warm sitting beside me here. I want to try and get it as straight as possible. Normally, it's not a huge ordeal if it's straight or not, but with it being a check pattern, it kind of is, so. Ooh, it's going to be nice. I can line it up, actually, with white square on each end. That's kind of what I was hoping for, is that I could evenly paste it out there. Now, from top to bottom, I think I would have to slide it up just a touch, maybe. Oh, that's going to be fabulous. There we go. Oh, that's like as if it was meant to be. So now I'm going to grab a piece of parchment paper. Make sure it's parchment and not wax. Wax paper is going to make a hot mess. And you're going to grab your little hot iron. And you're going to run it over it. And this is going to heat up that decoupage medium. And reactivate it like a glue. Oh, there we are. Beautiful. Okay, let's get some of this mess out of the way so you can see this clearly. Hope you can see clearly. Now at this stage, I like to take a piece of sandpaper, and I'm always going in a downward motion, okay? Don't go back and forth. You're going to pull that layer up. Okay? And then you can just lightly pull it, and it's going to cut it for you. It's going to give you nice, clean edges. Go. And again, just pulling it away. Let's try it one more time over here. Now, I haven't been doing much crafting lately. I have been trying to do everything about the van and not so much about the crafting part of it. First of all, I haven't been crafting a whole lot. Second of all, I wasn't sure if my crafting people would be my camping people or my camping people would be my crafting people. But I took a recent poll online and I found out from different camping groups that there are a lot of people that are camping in their vehicles or in tents. My camping group that I have, the Shabby Chic Vanlife, is not just for it's not just for people in vans, despite the name. It is for anybody that, any woman. It is a female group. It is for any women that do solo camping or camping with other ladies. And I've realized when I took the poll that a lot of those interests kind of overlap. So I'm going to try and merge the two. And you guys can let me know how you feel about that. All right. This one here happens to be a craft that will go into the van. I believe it's going to stay in the van if I can find the right spot for it. But it does match my toilet. So I thought this would be a good one to try out. And right now on my YouTube channel here, my crafting videos are the top watch thing right now. Now that's probably because it's Christmas and people are learning how to make my rag tree and how to decoupage Christmas ornaments. But the same method that I'm doing right here, it can be used on, you know, Christmas ornaments or anything else, right? Just keep that in mind, that just because I'm doing it on a tissue box doesn't mean it has to be done on a tissue box. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are on crafting and van life. I would really love to, fingers crossed, I can't promise yet, but I would really love to, in the fall of 2026 probably. I'd like to do it in the spring, but I'm thinking it's going to be the fall. I would love to have a get-together. And I would love for it to be down in the States. I'm thinking maybe Florida. And it will be a camping weekend of just ladies and crafting. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. Okie dokie. So once you have all four sides done, then we're going to work on the top layer. So again, just using some of your medium. We're going to give it a good liberal coat. Now you don't want it too thin. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but you definitely don't want a thin coat. You want it actually not really thick, but basically if you were to put on a thin coat and then a second thin coat, you want it that thin, if that helps at all. I want to start off with a black. If I go part way with the black, I can get, it should line up pretty even. It's not going to be perfect, but it should be pretty even. Pretty close anyways. Okay. Now careful when you're laying this down because that hole in the center, I almost forgot and pressed a little hard. Fortunately, my finger didn't go through. Okay, there we go. Light pat, pat, pat. We're going to grab that parchment paper again. Lie that on top. And we're going to warm that all up. Still on? Yep, good. There we go. Just need a little knife or a pair of scissors or something. And you're going to just do that. Okay. Just basically poking a hole, but I'm afraid if you just poke your hole, then it might pull up the other parts here. So now we're going to take our little sandpaper again, and carefully we're going to go down, 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 down. All right, now I'm going to go around the edge. If you were worried about pulling on the edges, you could have done the edges first, but this area made me more nervous, so I like to get that out of the way. What do you think? Is that cool or what? It's really pretty. Okay, so the next step is we need to put a top coat on this because it's a napkin and it's absorbent. That's what napkins are made for. So if you left it like this, if it got wet, it's gonna, you know, disintegrate. If there's moisture in the air, it might bubble and peel and all that stuff. So you want to make sure that you're putting a nice coat on top of the whole project and don't miss any areas, okay? So again, just like you did before, only it just needs a thin coat. We will go over it with something to waterproof it after, but this is just to make sure that it's stuck down, okay? And we are back. So for those of you that are wondering, do you really have to leave it overnight? The answer is absolutely not. You don't have to leave it overnight. The only reason I left this overnight to dry was because it was 10 o'clock at night when I started the project. So I was getting a little tired, and I could have sat here with my heat tool and thoroughly dried it, but you do want to make sure it's absolutely thoroughly dry. No dampness, because if you're sealing in dampness, it's going to go cloudy. So that's why I just wanted to get a wee bit of sleep. So right now I am using the Duraclear Ultra Matte. It comes in glossy, it comes in ultra glossy, it comes in matte, probably comes in some sort of like semi. This one's the Ultra Matte, just because I don't think I want it to be super shiny. Anyways, so it's a total preference, and you're just gonna go over the entire project and give it a nice thin coat. Perfect. Okay, so now we get to do some detailing on it because I want a little razzle dazzle sparkle on it. So I have a chrome marker, but if you don't have one of those, you can always use, you know, any kind of gold paint or whatever color you'd like. I'm going to go along in here and I'm going to paint that part gold. And if I get a little bit on the outside edge, I am actually okay with that. But I'm going to go along and do that. Now, I won't make you watch that because it's going to take me a little bit to get my hand in that, you know, area. But you can see it kind of finishes it off. The other thing I'm going to do is just a little bit right along the edge. And I'm going to smudge with my finger. Again, I don't like things to look too pristine. I want it to look a little, you know, loved. But where you've sanded it, it might have a little bit of a white edge. So you probably can't even see it, but there's gold along there now. Let me do another edge here so maybe you can see it. I'm just gonna dab over there, get it flowing really well. Okay, and then I just, a little smudge. So I don't know if you can tell the difference between here and here, but it just kind of finishes it off nicely. And I would do that all along that edge. And then along the bottom, where there's already that tiny bit of gold, I have to put my glasses on for this. There we go. I'm just gonna hit that with this gold chrome as well. And I'll leave a tiny bit, just see if you can tell the difference. Can you see the difference in the shine at the bottom? This last square wasn't done. I can see it. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but I will go along the entire bottom, even the sides that didn't have that little bit of gold from the napkin. Add a little razzle dazzle. Oops. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. It's gonna hold my napkins, not napkins, sorry, my Kleenex. And then I've got the little bottom here that just slides in like this when I put a Kleenex box in there. Unfortunately, I don't have one right at the moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this project. Please let me know in the comments if you like this. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, the like button, and there's a notification bell that'll let you know every time I post a video because I haven't been keeping to a schedule. But if you'd like to see more craft projects, let me know. And if crafting is not your jam, feel free to say so nicely. All right, till next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
You and me, girl, just wild and free on the road again.